Hi friends! Welcome to today's video where I'm going to be giving you a guide to all things multiplayer in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now just be mindful that multiplayer, or otherwise known as the Valley Visit Station, is a feature that's going to be continually developed over time. This is just the first iteration of multiplayer and it is subject to change. But for today, I'm going to show you where you can find it, how to put it in your valley, and how to use it essentially. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So to start out, if you're not familiar with this is the Valley Visit Station. It's the station that you will go to in order to activate multiplayer in your valley. If you want people to visit, this is where they will come out of. If you want to visit other people's valleys, this is where you will come out of as well, into their valleys. So just be aware, this item, if you see it in your valley and don't understand what it is, this is the Valley Visit Station, i.e. multiplayer in Disney Dreamlight Valley. To start, you get the Valley Visit Station by talking to Vanellope, okay? So first thing you need to do is go and find her, and through speaking to her, you'll see that she went cave diving or whatever and found this really cool item that she wants to share with you. She'll give it to you, and then all you need to do is go and place this down in your valley. Once you do, you will be greeted by the station saying, "Greetings, Valley Villager. I am KL1200 Valley Visit Station, equipped for rapid interdimensional transport." In a gist, it's going to tell you that this is how you open a connection to enable multiplayer in your valley. Once you click to open up a connection for Valley Visits, it's going to generate you a special passcode. So after a second, the Valley Visit Station generates you a personalized code that you will use in order to invite people over to your valley. Now, let's say you forget your code. All you need to do is run back over to the visit station and it will reiterate your code to you. As you can see, mine is right down there. Two things to make a note of: when you come back to the station, you can also choose to close your connection, i.e. shutting down multiplayer so nobody can visit you, or you can leave it open if you still have friends that you want to come over. Some important things to keep in mind: once you have generated a code and have shared it with whoever, they can pop over to your valley at any time. And when I say pop over, I mean once they decide to put in the code and visit, there's no like accepting or denying the request to visit. They just pop into your valley. So in the event that you have shared a code that you no longer want out there, all you need to do is go back to your station, close down the connection, and then you can come back to the station and follow the first steps all over. Just reopen your connection and it will generate a brand new code. So as you can see here, I've generated a new code by closing down my station and reopening the connection. Now I have a new code compared to the last code. So just keep that in mind. Depending on what you're doing, you can always close and reopen to get a new code. It's also super important to note that people cannot visit unless you share your code. So even if you've opened the connection, if your code is not shared with anybody, then nobody can come visit. You absolutely need the code in order to visit other people's valleys. Now, another important thing to note is that once you have opened your connection for other people to visit your valley, even if no one has visited yet, you still don't have access to all of the things that you normally would. So your tool ring is unavailable. You won't be able to open chests. We'll go into the full list later, but there are a lot of things you can't do when people are visiting your valley. So just keep that in mind. If you are running into the issue and you're like, hey, I can't access my tool ring, it's probably because you have multiplayer turned on in your valley. All right, so now that you have activated the Valley Visit Station in your valley, you are ready for people to come over and visit. Like I said before, they'll input your code and they'll really just kind of swirl down like they do with the wells into your valley right at this station. So you can put this station anywhere you want in your valley, and that's where your visitors will arrive. I tested everything on stream for update day with Jade Miss Gaming here on YouTube. It was a lot of fun, and I will be sharing some clips from that on the screen so that you can see exactly how it works. But yeah, so they pop in your valley and then you basically just run around together. Now there are things that you can do and there are things that you can't do. Again, I do want to reiterate, the feature is going to improve over time. Right now, it's just a very basic first iteration. So we don't have interactions. There is no text to chat or anything like that. So one of the things we can do together is visit Scrooge's. If you run inside of Scrooge's shop, you can, or someone else can come to your valley and purchase the things that are in your store for that day. Now, one thing you're going to want to keep in mind is that once an item is purchased, it's gone for everyone. You can only purchase it once. So a good example is, let's just say you have the vine wall in your shop and you need the vine wall, but also your friend who's visiting your valley would like the vine wall as well. One of you two is going to have to pick who is going to purchase the vine wall. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can't interact with anything. There is no speaking to Scrooge to purchase anything from the catalog. You can't sit down. you can't do anything other than shop the store for right now. So just keep that in mind as well. Another thing to note that I forgot to mention is no matter where your visitors are in your valley, if you run into a building like Scrooge's store or your home lot, then they are going to automatically spawn into those buildings with you. So they won't be able to continue running around. Wherever you go, basically they go. Now, staying on that same topic, if you visit your home, there are certain things people can do. For example, they can roam around your entire house at their own will. So they can go to any floors that you have unlocked. They can go inside of any of the rooms you have added on as well, but they can't do things like sit down. Again, there's no like sitting down right now. There are little things you can do like interacting with fireplaces. I've noticed that's something that you can do. So there are certain objects that you can interact with. Now, here's what I want to point out, and this is very important for people who are especially interacting with other people in Discord that they may not know, or even your friends. You just want to keep in mind that whatever you have, whatever item you have in your inventory that is droppable, or you have dropped and then moved onto tables. For example, if I run over here to my storage room, so as you can see, these are all gems that I've dropped and then put on top of the tables for my storage room. All of these items can be picked up by anybody. So make sure if you have somebody over in your valley that you don't really know, you're keeping an eye on them, but also don't bring them into any rooms that they may be able to just pick things up or steal. Now, like I said, they can go anywhere in your house. Even if you're not on the same floor, they can go to different floors while you're on the main floor. They can just run around and visit everywhere inside your house. So just keep that in mind as well. Now, another thing that you can do, which is probably my most favorite, is share resources. Okay, I absolutely love this. Basically, how it works is if you go into your inventory, let's say you have a stack of resources that you want to share with someone visiting your valley, all you need to do is drop the item on the ground, and the whole stack can be picked up by your friends or whoever's visiting your valley for the day. So you can do this with most of the resources I think that you can drop out of your inventory. So this is a great way to trade resources. If you're in need of iron and someone else is in need of clay, you two can trade. It's a great way to gather resources that have been traditionally more of a grind to get. Another thing is that people can pick up flowers. Now, they can't pick up everything. Flowers you can pick up, but for example, this garlic here can't be picked up. Again, I don't know how this is going to change in the future. So if you're watching this video now, it may be different, in the future. For example, it looks like wood can be picked up as well. So a visitor can come and pick up wood from off the ground. So just continue to test different things. Again, as it changes, things may evolve, but right now flowers can be picked up. You can drop resources that can also be picked up, and you can share those resources with your friends. But let's talk about how to visit someone else's valley. So basically, it's the exact same process except reverse. Your friends or whoever you're visiting needs to share with you their code that they've generated at their valley visit station. And then in order for you to visit, what you need to do is return to your title screen. And once you're at your title screen, you come down to the option that says multiplayer. And here, all you need to do is enter in the code that they've shared with you and hit connect. After you hit connect, you should be able to go straight over. And as you can see in this clip here, you kind of just drop down into their valley, which I have to say, if you haven't tried this yet, you absolutely have to. It's so fun to see other people's valleys from their eyes. It's different. Watching it on screen is fine, but like actually seeing it for yourself and being in other people's valleys is like, I don't know, it's just really cool to me. Now, some other really important things to keep in mind is that let's just say you've had a bad experience with someone who's visited your valley. If you want to block this person so that you don't ever have to worry about them coming to your valley again, you can go to your valley visit station and do that right there. As you can see on screen, you can go through some options of what you want to do with the people that have visited your valley. And if you would like to see a list of people that you have blocked from your valley, you can just go down to the help section in your settings and you can see there's an option to view blocked visitors. I know a lot of you will also have questions about pixel shards, and I don't really know enough about pixel shards yet to really provide a lot of information on them. What I can tell you is that I found pixel shards twice in my experience with multiplayer, basically from looking around the valley. When I visited Jade, I found one in her valley. Also, I found another in my valley. So I know that you basically get them when people visit, I think. I also noticed that I had 3 in my valley when I had Jade and JoJo visiting as well. So each of us all got a pixel shard for hosting multiplayer. So that's all I know about that. I hope to learn more. I'm sure there will be more videos on pixel shards too as time goes on, but I did want to just throw that out there that when you do visit, pixel shards are generated, but there's just more I need to learn in order to share with you guys. So I'll hold off on that for now. So just to recap, your Valley Visit Station is activated by talking to Vanellope. You place it down in your valley and you're basically good to go. You can choose to visit friends. You can choose to have friends visit you. The things that you and your friends can do together include going to Scrooge's shop, going to your home plot, sharing resources, and hosting fun competitions if that's something you want to do too. Always be mindful that dropped objects can be picked up by other players. They can also pick up flowers at the moment. If you've interacted with anyone that you don't want to interact with anymore, you can block them by going to your Valley Visit Station. And when you're ready to go home or to end visitation for everyone, you just go to your Valley Visit Station and end the session for everyone, and everyone can return back home. So far, I have to say that I have enjoyed multiplayer very much. I am looking forward to things like interactions and emotes that we can have with each other, and maybe other fun ways to interact, like decorating each other's valleys and things like that. So I'm super excited for how multiplayer in Disney Dreamlight Valley is going to evolve and change over time. I hope you guys are enjoying. I hope this video was helpful. Have a blast visiting with your friends and showing off your valley. And until next time, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.